Hey there, welcome back to Tennille Talks. All right, y'all, so I got a reading in front of me. And, oh God, I was thinking of something. Let me tell you, let me just get this out of the way. Let me just get it out of the way. You know, y'all, high priest and high priestess, you just know shit. And sometimes you know things, most times you know things, and you don't always have a route or a direct path as to how you know what you know. One of the most important things for the gifted, the spiritually gifted, is to know when to say something and when not to say something. I have learned, because of the family, the nature of the people I'm related to, that when you know people are doing something wrong to you, right? One, the Most High has allowed you to see in the spirit, so nothing is hidden. I don't have to be in the room to hear you talk about me. You can take your raggedy children in the room and all y'all can talk shit about me, but guess what? I didn't have to be in there to know the energy and the nature of what you were saying about me, okay? It doesn't work like that for me. I don't have to go in. I can sit in the same spot for 50 years and know exactly what you've been doing for the past 50 years. Why is it that way? Because the Most High chose it to be that way. Okay? Now here's the thing. A lot of people at some point are going to want, it's almost like a killer who returns to the scene of a crime because they want to celebrate their work. You know, it's almost like getting their trophy. The trophy is when everybody shows up and they recognize that something has been done. And so now the killer gets to walk around and just kind of soak up the glory of knowing that's my work. I did that, right? So a lot of times when evil is done to you, evil likes to be so close to you because it likes to see the impact of its work. It likes to see the effect. But as a high priest and a high priestess, sometimes you cannot give evil what evil wants. Meaning, I can know that you've been fucking with me. And I can know that you want me to talk about how fucked up my life is, because if I say that, or if I tell you everything that I know, everything that I'm feeling, sensing, and experiencing, that is the glory that you're looking for. You're wanting the trophy. The high priest and the high priestess, we don't give trophies to evil. We don't give trophies to the wicked. So the knowledge we have, it is for us. It is not for you to gloat about the success of what you're doing. And a lot of times the things that you feel you're successful in are temporary. Right? They're temporary, but the Most High doesn't always want evil people to know that what they're doing is temporary. And so it will be allowed to go on for a while because you need to believe your own shit. You need to believe in your own strength and your own pseudo power. You need to believe in it more than anybody. And so when evil people are doing evil against you, as a high priest or a high priestess, you absolutely can have the details of the foolishness. But it doesn't mean that you were supposed to confirm with them that you know what you're enduring as a result of their foolishness. So you got to know when to say, and this is why. Y'all, when I kind of separated from my family, I was getting all these kind of emails and text messages. And at that point, nobody knew what I knew. Okay. And it wasn't my job to tell them that I knew what I knew. So anytime I used to respond by email, right? I used to respond by email. And then at some point I just stopped responding entirely. But when I respond to evil, I used to do it in a way that was so vague because I never wanted the evil to know that I know. You understand? So like I would respond, but I wouldn't say I know. I wouldn't say anything. Why? And then the evil would persist, and then they respond, and then they send you another email, and you could just see the plan. You just got to sometimes you got to let the plan unfold, but you got to trust. You got to trust that God is with you. You got to trust that you're not in this alone, right? The Most High is not going to give you leverage so that you can then provide them with the same leverage that got you away, that got you up. No. So your spiritual gifts, that is your leverage. And a lot of the evil and the wicked people that can't do what you do, don't possess what you have, they want the trophy. They want you to tell them that it's working. Right? But that is the gift. That is your gift. So now, how does that connect to this reading? Well, we got a family here. We have a family. There were a group of people. It could have been a family, whatever. Somebody wanted to make sure that a psychic. Now, my card literally says psychic, but when I see this card, I'm talking about the spiritually gifted. Somebody who is divine, right? Somebody vowed to keep a psychic in bad health. Now, in order for this to say psychic and not woman or man, this tells me that it was really the nature of your spiritual gifts. Somebody vowed to keep your spiritual gifts that would have made you a psychic bound, meaning they wanted your gifts to be in bad health, right? If you're on a psychic hotline, you would be the psychic with 1 star. Not because you're not 5, but because people around you wanted you to only have the gift that was strong enough to get 1 star. And so this is somebody that just has determined to keep you in bad health. But y'all, this was a vow. This was a wish. They got on their knees. They got on their knees and vowed to keep you in bad health. Psychically, energetically, spiritually. So the same thing that the Most High blessed you with, that same thing that gives you leverage, that same thing that protects you from the evil and from the wicked. There have been some people that then got down on their arthritic knees to make sure that your gift is broken, that your gift doesn't develop, that your gift doesn't form. Okay? Now, what I see now is any place that you have been, meaning any location that the Most High has put you in, that you have experienced bad health as a result of you being gifted, but those around you not wanting you to live or develop that gift. It's almost like everybody that made you sick is now about to get sick, but they're getting sick because you are recovering. And so one of the ways that you have to be kept in bad health, y'all, everything in life is a relationship. Everything, right? And so imagine that you have had partners. They could be cousins, parents. I mean, any relationship, any human that you have connected with, meaning I poured my emotion into you, you poured your emotion back to me. Somebody had a vow on your life that every cup that poured into you and every cup that you poured back into would have been a cup that contributed to the diminishment of your spiritual gifts. It would have left your psychic integrity in poor health. And the only way they could leave you in poor health is to get you to drink cups of poison. And so the Most High has an energy that needs to run through us. It is a current and it flows through us. And when that current is unaffected, when it's clean and when it's pure, our gifts are fully loaded. Right? But there are a lot of people who want you to drink or to engage in certain type of energetic connections where people don't have that same current as you. They don't have that same frequency, that same vibration. And so the way to weaken, the way to bring bad health to the psychic and their spiritual gifts is to get people to pour things into their energetic body that weaken them, that make them sick. Somebody vowed that this would happen to you as a result of you being divinely chosen. Can you imagine? God gave you something and somebody determined, no, you ain't gonna use it. I don't want you to use it. No, right? Can you imagine? Of course you can imagine. All right, so here's the thing. You have recovered from what has happened to you. So every place that this has happened to, every place, every person, every connection that poured poison in your cup, even if you poured purity in theirs, that is what you are recovering from. All of those toxic drinks. Y'all, for some people, this could be literal. Y'all, for 3 years of my life, I lived in Jacksonville, Florida. And I already told y'all for about 10 to 12 years, I dated exclusively women. Not exclusively, I had a couple... I had some other things thrown in there, but predominantly women. But y'all, my last hurrah. And what I mean, my last hurrah, living in a life where I didn't question, is this the way I am supposed to be moving for me? There's nothing wrong with whatever. And it wasn't the fact that I was dating a female. It was everything that I was engaged. It was, y'all, I was out there. Okay. Anyway, these two females spiked my drink. Literally, y'all, I was vomiting. I was throwing up. And so I have had a situation where, yes, somebody has actually put something in my drink. These were 2 chicks. I wasn't sleeping with them. We had just gone out to see Trina. I didn't know I was going to come home and get fucking drugged. And thank God I threw it up. I don't know what the outcome of that was supposed to be. And I didn't know they were feeling the way they were feeling about me. Like what? Anyway, y'all, I survived that though. Here we are. So I have had a poison cup that I have physically recovered from. But what I'm saying is the physical manifestation of that poison cup, of me drinking that poison drink, the physical manifestation of that means that spiritually somebody had already poisoned me. Do you understand? People were already poisoning me in the spirit. And so it was manifesting in the form of fucked up relationships where people just wanted to take me out. They didn't want to see me happy and laugh. I was a kindergarten teacher. I wasn't hurting nobody. Okay. Hurting nobody except for myself, because I just loved to just be out there in the wind, You know, I had no problem bringing harm to myself, but I would never have done that to another. But in order for that to physically exist in my life, somebody had to have done that in the spirit. And can you imagine every relationship that you're in, whether people are actively poisoning your cup so you can drink it, but emotionally energetic, they are toxic, they are trying to pour something into you that makes you less like you. Yes. Now, there is a family, possibly your family or people that you would have considered family or people that spent enough time or proximity to you almost like family would. There is a family that made a vow or a pledge to keep you in bad health. And one of the reasons I am seeing is because of your energy, because of who you are. First of all, you're a psychic. You know too much. Okay? Stop knowing shit. If you got a dark family, and the Most High puts you, you're like a flash, you're like a security guard. Hey, what y'all doing over there? Can you imagine a family full of demons? And the Most High didn't planted a divine security guard that sees everything, senses everything, knows everything. So of course, they want to make your job hard, right? Because the Most High has said, I need you to secure these demons. These demons are wild, right? These demons are wild. And so you get put in a family. The family knows that you're gifted, and then they go, oh hell no, we got to turn your light out, okay? So here's the thing, this happens continuously, not just with family, but with your relationships. Spiritually, your light, it's almost like you having a contract on you in the spirit that says anybody that crosses paths with this being must attempt to put this being's light out. If this being is showing you 5 stars, I want you to drop them down to a 2. If they're showing you 3 stars, I want you to drop them down to a 1. It was almost like something innate inside of the people that cross your path, meaning like only certain devils could come to you, and it was because of your divinity. Right? But these people are assigned to you. These people are on your caseload. So it's not all bad, right? It's not all bad. Every demon I have crossed paths with is responsible for one of my muscles or strengthening one of my gifts, right? They're not here just to take you out. No, they keep coming and coming and coming and coming. And every time they come, you get a little stronger. Your gift stretches a little farther, a little higher. You can see your strength. Like y'all. The strength of their darkness is what creates the strength and the purity of your light, right? And so this is the dance of duality. But some of us were assigned in the spirit to always have this dance with demons, to never, ever be able to dance with your own kind, to never cross paths with somebody that is just as divine and gifted as you. Okay? So as long as this psychic is in bad health, or the reason, this is what I'm saying here. When the psychic is in bad health, somebody gets to benefit from your divinity. Somebody gets to benefit from your light. Okay? This is like the Most High giving you a certain vehicle to drive, but you take the bus every day. Well, who's going to drive your car, right? You have a bus. You have a car, but every day you're taking the bus. This is what spiritual warfare likes to do. It likes to get you out of your natural vehicle, out of your natural vessel, aka it wants you to get out of the energy that the Most High has sent you here to transport yourself in. It wants you to take a whole different form of transportation, because if you get in that bus and you leave your car parked on that street, well, now somebody else can ride around in your shit. That is how it works, right? And so the vow of this goal, it was to keep you lonely. It was to keep you isolated. It was to keep you disappointed and always, right? Because what happens when a divine being crosses paths with somebody else that got wings too, right? No. That wasn't supposed to happen. So somebody got on their knees and made this a goal. Loneliness, isolation, a life of disappointment. That was your sentence. That was your sentence. Your bad health provided others with a quality of life that they could not have gotten unless you were in bad health. And so what do you do to subdue somebody with psychic power? You got to use magic, because magic is supernatural. Your psychic gifts is supernatural. There's nothing people can physically do to you on the earth to fuck up your gift. You have an outer worldly gift, an outer worldly ability. So people got to leave the world just to try to take you out. You understand? That's the only way to access your divinity, because it is not from this earth. It was seated here inside of you and you're on earth, but the shit that's in you is not from here. And so there are a whole bunch of people who wanted to be dark. They wanted to stay on demon time, right? These are the demons that you were assigned to in your family. God sent you down here with a halo and a flashlight. And you can't stop a demon from being demon. You can't stop them. But I promise you, the light of your halo and the strength of the flashlight that you shine, and sometimes you don't even shine your light on anybody because you want to expose them. The fact that you're a security guard and it's just the tool you can't help that the Most High gave you a flashlight as a tool. It's just on your belt. It's just there. Right? But wherever you go, you take your tools with you. Wherever you go, you take your abilities with you. And so as a security guard who's here to secure the light energy, as a security guard who's here to make sure that divinity can exist on earth in a very safe way, to be born in a dark family, they're like, oh, hell no. And so if you got a psychic gift, well, don't you think these demons use magic? That's the only way. That's how you survive these dark families, because you had something outer worldly. And the Most High knew that they would do some outer worldly, dark, wicked, evil shit to you in order to make sure that your flashlight and your halo never shines again. Yes, that was the goal of this. This is the vow. This was attached to you. But now something's happening. Here's the thing. So every time that you have been in a partnership with somebody who was attached to this vow, who contributed to you being in bad health, now we're in the season of judgment. Why? Because now, listen, anybody that touched your energy is under judgment. I don't care if you were 1. I don't care if you were 11. I don't care if you were 21, 31. Energy has no time. Time is a human thing. So when the Most High says it is time to rectify or it is time to recover, it is time. Listen, you are recovering your energy because you need your energy for your own divinity. And so people have been fucking with it for a very long time, thinking that vow that they made was going to last a lifetime. But it was only going to work until the Most High calls it back, or when the Most High calls you to call it back. And so, listen, the bad health that was assigned to you is also the bad health that is now assigned to this family. Now, this is the family that you were always born in. This is the family that the Most High knew would do everything they did to you. Do you understand? And the reason why they wanted you to be alone, is because they wanted your divinity to be hidden, to not be seen. They didn't like the flashlight and the halo that you were walking around all them years with. And so they felt like, fuck, I can't take your light. I can't take your halo, but I can put you in a dark room. I can trap you in darkness so that nobody else gets to see you. Right. And not only am I put you in darkness, but I'm going to make sure that only dark people can find you while you're in darkness. OK, so they're hiding you. They're not hiding you from the demons, but they're hiding you for the divine ones that are just like you. Because what happens when an angel meets an angel, when a divine being meets a divine being, or a chosen meets a chosen? What happens? And this is what they didn't want, right? 2 divine beings. First of all, y'all, I know at this point, the people that have spiritually attacked divine beings and those that are spiritually gifted, I know they're wondering how the hell are you still doing what you're doing? Y'all, I don't know how many demons it takes to take out Tennille. I don't know. I know they want to know. I'm sure they'd love to know. I don't fucking know the ratio. I don't know the formula. I don't know the quota. I just know I'm here, and I know that they're still on demon time. But I'm here, right? Do they need 50 more? I don't fucking know. I don't know, but I know they're going to try. I know they'll keep trying, but what I'm saying is the strength of just one of you is insane. Think about everything you've been through since your birth. Fuck birth. Think about conception and the fact that you had to survive the womb you had to survive. Okay? The lineage, the bloodline, the DNA that you carry. You had to survive all of that. And now at whatever age you are right now, when you can hear my voice and you got a nerve to still be here after all the darkness that was sent to you. And you were only one. So can you imagine crossing paths with somebody else that is just like you, who has slayed hundreds of people without even fucking knowing it? You sit on the couch and people are dropping. You go take a shower and people are dropping. You decide to eat a meal and drink a glass of water and people are dropping. You're doing nothing but commanding your own energy. You are commanding your own energy. And when you know how to command and hold your own power, anybody that took it, stole it, misused it, mishandled it, they got to give that shit back. Right? And so literally in the center of this reading is judgment. Judgment is a two-way phone call, right? So when the Most High calls, the divine being has to answer. But when the Most High calls, the demon has to answer, because judgment escapes none of us. We all have to answer for what we have sown. This is the season where whatever your goal was, the intention that was hidden in the purpose of your actions, meaning that motive. This is the season where we are judged for our intentions. What was the motive behind that action? And so the Most High spiritual court, they are looking, this is the season of judgment, but it is the judgment of your intention. You know, a lot of times you can be ignorant and you can do stuff and not really consciously know why you just did some fuck shit. This ain't that. No, this is you being subjected to a life of isolation. This is people saying, I want you sick. I want your life to be weak. I want you to be frail. I want everything you touch to be in poor health. I want nothing to grow. Somebody that made that vow because they had a goal to keep you isolated now got to answer the judgment call. Do you understand me? And so when the call comes, you got to say, all right, God, I'm ready to get all of my energy back. And when you can agree to get your energy back with somebody, whether they agree or not, got to release it. They have to release it. And so the energy that I'm talking about is your sexual energy. It's your sexual energy. That is the energy you use to create. You don't always have to create a baby, but damn it. Anything you create, you had to bring it through the spirit. You had to bring it through the emotion. You had to bring it through the mind, and you had to seed it on the body. Anything you create has gone through a 4-level spiritual process already. But not everybody creates is pulling down divinity to create it with. Not everybody is creating with light. When it's time for you to create with your light, you got to get all your light back. And every demon that was walking around in your light while you were trapped in isolation, while you were trapped in loneliness, every demon is going to have to give you that light back. Y'all, they don't want to give you the light back. When you get all of your light back, when you call all that energy back, guess what? Now you're shining brighter. Now you're not isolated. So guess what? Other people with halos and flashlights can find you now. Yeah, other people with wings can find you now. You start calling your light black and isolation can't hold you anymore. You call your light back and you being alone or lonely, it don't, no. And so the divine being is never really alone. I mean, to the fool in the physical world, just seeing you sit alone in a room all day, people are going to think that they were successful. Y'all, I'm telling you, I have spent the past 2.5 years in isolation, and these fools thought that they had me. They thought that they had me. They thought that they were successful. They thought that I was disappointed or my life was dull because I wasn't moving. I wasn't doing anything, but they can't see inside of me. Do you understand? Every demon in my family thought that, oh, we got her. She's good. She ain't moving. She ain't thinking. No, I need y'all to clock in and go find that Bunyan video right now so you can know that I already located you. I located you years ago when you were sending me those stupid emails as if I didn't know what I knew. But it wasn't time for me to tell you who you were. No, because that's my motherfucking leverage. That's my spiritual gift. I'm not giving you a trophy for your fuckery. You know when it's time to get your trophy? Only when it's judgment. That's when I will tell you what I know. That's when I'll tell you everything I saw. But not until I get the call. Not until I get the call, meaning not until I know I'm called. Not until I know I'm chosen. Meaning the Most High needed me to know my own identity. I needed to know my identity. And every demon helped me know it. I know you wish you didn't, but you did. I know you wish you didn't, but you really did. Right? And so the Most High, who cares if you're in a family of demons, if you don't know that you're the chosen one? It is when you know, it is when you respond to your call, which means you got to move different, you got to think different, you got to act different, you got to live different. When you respond to the divinity of your own nature, that is you answering the call. That is you saying, yo, tomorrow when I wake up, I got to live this way. I got to think this way. I got to talk this way. The way I was living my life or seeding and sowing my own energy, I can't do that anymore. When you walk in your divinity, you naturally call your light back. You repossess that shit. Okay? And so the family that benefited off of your sexual concerns, meaning they benefited off of the fact that you couldn't create, you couldn't manifest. They had your energy tied up. They had you on a bus and they was driving around in your car. Do you understand? This has been a journey, meaning you didn't deal with this for 1 year, 2 years, or 3 years. Somebody dropped down on their raggedy knees very early in your life to decide that they were going to put your light out because they appreciated the darkness that they could walk around in. And they didn't want you fucking up their shit. Yes? But then the Most High calls you at whatever age you are, after everything that you've endured. And it's like, yo, you ready to go? You ready now? Are we going to move in this thing called divinity, or are we not? Right? But you got to be able to hold your light. Who cares if you can call it back if you can't hold it, if you just keep squandering it or giving it away, or like, who cares if you have light if you can't master it, if you can't hold it? And so a lot of times, until you have the strength to hold your own gifts, to hold your own light, don't be mad if demons are walking around in it, because they know the value of you. But do you? So the loneliness that was you, the loneliness that you did endure, I want you to know here's the thing. When somebody takes your light, they want to change your courage to caution. Anything that makes you go boldly forward, they want you now to slow down. They want you to take a detour, okay? And the only way that they can get you to slow down and take detours is by tempting you. By sending in people that are only meant to energetically detour you, means whatever they put in your cup, it's not going to be divine. It ain't going to be light. It ain't because they're close to the Most High, right? And so every time somebody gives you a cup to drink, as a divine being, I mean, don't you think that everybody's kind and your soulmate? We don't always know the intention of the people that we're drinking from. And a lot of times it is in the ignorance that the Most High protects us. Because sometimes, y'all, if we knew what was happening when it was happening, we would have quit a long time ago. And I know that ignorance is one of the things that has protected me, but I also know that playing ignorant is my greatest gift. Because when I answered the call and when I accepted my divinity, y'all, I didn't tell anybody. I didn't walk around saying, I'm chosen, I'm the light. I didn't say shit. Because that's my fucking leverage. I want you to continue to do to me what you've always done to me. You don't know it's judgment, but I do. Why? Because I had a private conversation. You and I didn't get the same call. And all I'm saying is you become a spiritual assassin. You become a divine hitman. When you get a call about the demonic activity that is happening around you, and the Most High says, but don't say nothing, baby. I'm just going to move you different, okay? I just want you to know they're doing that over there, and I'm going to move you over here, okay? Y'all, these people are thieves. They steal houses. They steal people's lives. Listen, the way the demons in my family have moved, y'all, I mean, I'm sure they're proud of themselves. They got to be proud of themselves, okay? Because they've been doing this for a long time. And I know they've been doing it for a long time because I was in isolation for a long time, right? That was the vow. As long as I'm locked up, you motherfuckers can move freely. But when I'm free, now it's time for me to lock your ass up. Y'all, and that is the point of your divinity. You are sent here to fucking control the dark mayhem that is running around in the vessels of humanity. And these vessels are going to be your kin. Your kin, not your spiritual kin, but your kin on this earth. They will be assigned to you in the form of a family member, right? Because it's always going to be the people closest to you, y'all. It has to be. These are our team. Listen, this is essentially like just a sports game. You're just playing on one side and they're playing on the other. That's it. But when you answer your divine call, when you finally know who you're playing for, the team you're playing on, when you can recognize which people are your teammates and which people are not, right? When you understand the goal of the game and the goal of the match, the outcome changes. You become a different player. You become a whole different player. But I know that some of the best players are those that play and don't even act like they playing. They play and never tell anybody what they're playing or what they're doing or what they're seeing. That's how, listen, all I'm saying is the same way that they benefited off you being ignorant. When you answer the call, Keep being ignorant. They don't need to know you answered it. They don't need to know. You just need to watch. You just need to observe. You just need to watch. That is the gift. So here's the thing. When your caution turns to courage, when you are no longer tempted by cups, by poisonous cups. So my thing is that the only way that you could stay subdued is if you kept drinking poison cups. But when you become cautious, right? When your divinity says, hey, these motherfuckers are giving you some shit that you need to stop drinking, right? When you start to get that call, when the Most High starts to let you know what's happening, don't tell anybody that you can't drink from there. Don't say nothing. Let them give you the cup. Let them think that the temptation is working. Let them think that you're still stuck, still sad, still disappointed, still isolated, still dull. Let them. And the whole time that they're doing what they've always done, you actually are taking leaps and bounds ahead of them. Meaning, by the time my family knew or knows or whatever they think they're doing, by the time they knew, I was already 7 months ahead of them. Like, I always want you to think that I appreciate when people are confident. I appreciate when people are arrogant. I need you to be confident and arrogant in your own stupidity. That is a service. That is a gift. And I will take it every time. Right? I always want my enemy, my adversary, the evil, the wicked. I always want them to feel successful. I genuinely need them. I need them to feel that they are successful. And divine beings, I can tell by way of comments or just when we first wake up, the first thing we want to do is to tell everybody the fuck shit that we know they've been doing. And that is not why we know what we know. That is not why we can see what we see. That's not always the next step, right? You can't go use the physical court system to try to rectify what somebody spiritually did. Y'all, these are spiritual crimes. There is no earthly system that can help us rectify or get back the things that people have spiritually done, right? And so a part of answering that judgment call is being patient for the timing of the Most High to really unfold. That's hard at first because you just want to cuss them out. You want to tell them, you want to put them on blast. That's your leverage and you better not give it away. Don't you give it to them. I love it when fools keep moving foolishly. And then it's like, and then when they recognize they get caught, like watching somebody get caught, y'all, don't cheat that is a gift and a reward for you. Don't cheat yourself out of seeing the look on their face by telling them too soon that you knew it was happening. You understand what I'm saying? This is about strategy. It's about energy. And if I tell you that I know what you're doing to me right now, well, then you're going to go and create a whole nother alternative. And now I'm going to have to defend that one. No, I've already figured out how to defend this. So I want you to keep doing what you're doing to me right here. And then I'm going to go level up. And then by the time you know I leveled up, well, now you need to come up with a whole different system about how to stop me from leveling up. But if I told you earlier that you were impacting me from leveling up, well, now I've helped you. No. Demons are going to fuck with you. Not because they can take you out. Never because they can take you out. Do you understand? That's not why they're fucking with you. It is just to consume your energy. They need your energy. They need your energy to do the magical shit because you have it, but you don't misuse it, right? And so they just want you to get on that bus so that they can get in your car, but they got to keep you out of the car. So that's why they fuck with you. They fuck with you so that you don't walk around in your appropriate vessel. They just want you in a different vessel so they can use yours. And all I'm saying is when you recognize that they are riding around in your car, I want you to ride that bus for just a couple more months. I want you to walk a couple more months. Don't tell them. That's all I'm saying. Why am I saying that? Because they are going to continue to, they will create opportunities. They are creating opportunities to tempt you. When they tempt you, they want you to drink a poisonous cup. Now, I'm not saying you got to drink the cup, but I want you to at least consider acting like the temptation. Act like you gonna drink the cup. Just entertain it for a week or a month. Just act like you're going to drink the cup. Oh, I'm not going to drink it today. Oh, I'm going to try it tomorrow. Oh, I'm going to drink it next week, Just let them think that you drinking it. Let them think that you sipping on that shit. And now you're going to miss they just want you to miss an opportunity. They just want to keep you isolated, but they need to keep you subdued energetically. Okay? And sometimes I want you to play dead. I want you to play possum. I want you to act like you drank this cup and your life is, I'm done. It's all over. Okay? All the while, you and your spiritual team are preparing for the most lethal retaliation that you have ever witnessed on this earth. Do you understand how this works? Y'all, this is spiritual warfare. And when you recognize you're the general, I want you to move like a general. Okay? Now, when the call is answered and the judgment has to be accounted for, it is your courage. It is everything inside of you that has the ability to welcome in the energy that they stole from you. That energy could be finance, it could be money, it could be relationships, but we're really talking about them stealing an energy from you and putting you on a bus. These motherfuckers are supposed to be on the bus. They done took my fucking Volvo. Ugh. Anyway. The divine being, nobody wants the divine being to meet their eternal love. Nobody wants the divine being to have enough courage to meet their eternal love. And so they want you to drink so many toxic cups of love that you say, I'll never drink again. Now I'm cautious of everybody. Now you're missing out on your soulmate, right? This is the thing. At some point, your soulmate is going to cross your path. At some point, this eternal love is going to cross your path. But they want you to get so sick of all the cups that you've drank, all the cups that they have tempted you to drink. And the reality is they only got you to drink that cup because they wanted you to miss the opportunity with your soulmate. Meaning when your divine partner starts to cross your path, they want you to be so sick of the shit you drank that you're like, no, I ain't drinking this, right? You lost all courage because you don't even expect that this person is going to cross your path. This is to get you to miss an opportunity with that connection. Somebody else that has wings, somebody else that has a halo, somebody else that has a flashlight. So keeping you isolated keeps divine beings from connecting with one another. But then giving you poisonous cups makes you so cautious of being tempted. You know what I mean? It closes up your energetic gateway. Because y'all, we can't meet each other unless we meet each other. But after isolation and loneliness and disappointment and toxicity, who's excited to run out and meet people? And that is the point. That is the point. So we all sit down and stop trying. We stop talking. We stop connecting. Because why? Because we're tired of being poisoned. We're tired of the toxicity. No. Y'all, if you have wings, somebody else has wings. If you got a halo, somebody else got a halo. If you got a flashlight, somebody else got a flashlight. We are a part of an elite security system. And right now, our halos are glowing. We done turned our flashlights back on. And our feathers, our angel wings are poking out of our uniforms. So if you've been lonely and if you've been in isolation, it's only because your family recognized that you were divine. And in order for them to move in darkness, in order for them to continue to move in darkness, they had to put you in darkness. Because when you moving around with all your light, you're showing shit, you're revealing shit, you're exposing things, right? But the thing is that when you are lonely, when you are isolated, you are never alone. This is the foolishness. People think that if you're in the room alone, you're alone. It's because they can't see in the spirit. The Most High is not going to send you here with this much divine jewelry on and not have a security system in place to protect you. Are you crazy? You are walking around in priceless energy. Of course you have an elite security team. Your ancestors, your spirit guides. Of course you have an elite staff. You are never alone, but fools will see you sitting alone for years. They'll see you sitting in what seems like stagnancy. And they will really think that what they've done was successful. And I'm telling you, let them think it was successful. Don't tell them no different. Because when the call comes and you answer, oh my God, the divinity of your journey and anything that these people, these families, this reading says family. They're talking about it right now. Yes, you fools, I'm talking to you and about you. Y'all know what time it is. Y'all know what time it is. Any family that had a hand in you drinking a cup of poison, any family that had a hand in vowing that you will only drink cups of poison, maybe they vowed in you being isolated, they vowed to keep you alone. Anybody that had a hand in it, I promise you, judgment is in the middle of this thing. And whoever had a part in keeping you alone and isolated, locked out of your own divinity so that you would get 1 star instead of 5, is about to get fucked up. And you probably have known that this day was coming for a very long time, but you just ain't say nothing. Y'all, I love you and I can't stand these people, but I love y'all though. All right, I'll see you on the next one. Bye-bye.